The Center for Computing and Data Science is the largest fossil fuel-free building in Boston. This project began with the need to support critical academic and research initiatives for the university, a need to create a collaborative environment to bring students and faculty together from across colleges and schools across the university to focus on data, to support a better understanding of these endeavors. We're very fortunate to have done this project at the time we've done this. It started out through a competition in early 2013. And because another project needed to get built on campus, it was put on hold in late 2014. Soon after that, these weren't related, it was sort of coincidentally, the Climate Action Plan, the Board of Trustees asked the university to put a Climate Action Plan together. And the Board of Trustees approved that plan in December of 2017. 2 months later, the design team was reassembled and asked to do a fossil fuel-free building. 345,000 square feet. There's no gas line connected to the building. So we're using geothermal ground source heat pumps. So we have this geothermal system, which includes 31 1,500 foot deep boreholes in the back alley, under the building, and in a little parkway. That provides 90% of the heating and cooling needs for the building. The other 10% is through electric boilers and chillers. The biggest challenge was getting comfortable with the geothermal. This is the largest geothermal project in Boston. The challenge in an urban setting is the density, right? And we went 1,500 feet to get enough thermal capacity. So we did all that drilling before we started construction. While we were going through the entitlements process with the city, while we were finalizing the construction documents, we were drilling. So there's external shading on the building to keep the sun's heat out in the summer, and there's triple glazing to keep the heat in the winter. We're bringing fresh air in through a dedicated outside air system, which does a thermal exchange for the incoming air with the outgoing air. So we're taking the energy that we've invested in putting into the building, we're bringing that back into that fresh air as it comes in, just the thermal energy, not the air itself. We reduce the energy consumption by about 30%. By shifting from fossil fuels to ground source heat pumps for heating and cooling, we eliminate the need for natural gas. By shifting from natural gas to electricity, we can source that electricity from renewable energy. And we're using BU Wind. BU Wind is a project that came online in 2020. It's designed to meet 100% of the university's electricity usage. In addition, we're adding solar on campus, and the solar is currently under construction. That's equivalent to about 23% of the center's electricity needs. We're also attempting true zero waste certification, which is also run by the US GBC. That takes a year's worth of data. One of the cool things about this building is we have sensors in all of the waste bins. So instead of having desk side trash and recycling, which is the former norm on campus, we've eliminated those. So everyone goes to a central sorting station. There are between 3 and 8 per floor. In each one of these sorting stations, there is trash, recycling, and food waste. Each one of those has a sensor that tells us what the weight of the waste in that is. So we can see where we have issues, and we can work with the occupants of those floors to help them achieve our zero waste goal. Another thing to mention is indoor environmental quality. Using low emitting materials or zero emitting materials for our finishes and our furnishings is really important. I think, honestly, the most important part of this project from a sustainability perspective is the fact that it has set a new standard for green buildings in Boston. Fossil fuel free, carbon neutral. What is kind of mind-blowing here is all of the emissions associated with this building over its life are its embodied carbon emissions. Those emissions associated with building the building. And the operational carbon in the Center for Computing and Data Sciences is zero. Success really comes from leadership. And without President Brown's vision and leadership for this project would not have happened. along with the support and an amazing and brilliant team that has the skills to do what we needed to have done. And all the pieces work beautifully together.
And so to be in a building that represents health and well-being with state-of-the-art technology and clean and healthy and inspiring spaces within for the many, many talented students and faculty members who are here, to be in a building whose footprint reaches way down, to draw on our natural resources in a way that is sustainable and really sets an example across the entire country for how to think about integrating our climate obligations